Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Here we have got a Pool A clash between the Gauteng Under-19s and the Pretoria side. The Gauteng Under-19s coming into this game undefeated. They are undefeated in their pool. They're alongside the likes of OJ Eagles, both 3 games and 3 wins. The Gauteng Under-19 is going to want to continue that momentum through this game. Looking to open up quickly there with a perimeter shot from Ross Ravelli, trying to get that over the head of Etienne Nortje in the Pretoria cage, but he gets a hand to that and concedes a 2-meter. Declan Wood resuming play here, playing a ball onto the right-hand side for Karabo Mamarechane. He's loving his perimeter shooting this weekend, drawing in 2 players, slipping that out to Greg Price. Calling for a cover there, Greg Price, before he has a go, making sure the easy counter is covered. Matt Steele there, opting to go early. Greg Price given tons of time and space there, but unable to convert on that attempt, firing just wide of the cage. Etienne Nortje untroubled by that attempt. Byron Rees-Gibbs here, the double-door refrigerator, fetching the ball up the center of the pool. A drop coming in here from the Gauteng Under-19s. They do have to handle Obut of Marist Badenhorst, Yaku Badenhorst there in the centre forward, the left-handed Badenhorst brother in the centre forward position. There we got some perimeter movement. Byron Rees-Gibbs has lit one up from distance, but Judah Dos Santos has got a strong hand to that and put that out for 2 meters. William Fairhurst getting us back underway here on the right-hand side, slipping to our recent shooter, Byron Rees-Gibbs. Matthew Steele returning from his hiatus from water polo. Slipping it back to Rees-Gibbs. Onto the right-hand side here. Hanuful Yunus fired that wide of the cage, not troubling Judah Dos Santos in the Gauteng Under-19 cage. Of course, the Gauteng Under-19s befitted in the black caps and the Pretoria side in the white. William Fairhurst and Gregory Price sharing some physical exchanges as this game gets started. William with a big smile on his face, one of the more physical players in this Pretoria side, will enjoy that. Ross Ravelli here given space on the perimeter, feeding a ball into second centre. Mark Smith up against JC Tribblehorn, earns an ordinary foul. Greg Price looking to line up a long distance cannon here, opting to slip it to Ravelli, and Karabo is left open on the left. This is not who you want here, and he makes no mistake, absolutely punishing the Pretoria side there. A little bit of a sleep, leaving a right-hander open on the left 2-meter, and Karabo Mamarechane fires into the top left-hand corner with a textbook bounce shot. First blood, Gauteng Under-19s. JC Tribblehorn getting us back underway here, playing back to Byron Rees-Gibbs. Giving over to Fairhurst on the right, pressurized by Declan Wood. Ordinary foul on the perimeter. He is outside 6. He can play himself and have a go here if he wants, but he's giving a high ball over there. Matthew Steele, a bit too much juice on that. Matt Steele needs to be about 4'7" taller if he wanted to get his hands to that. JC trying to drive here down against Karabo Mamarechane. JC has got open water. He's been spotted by Matthew Steele. He's attacking the open water. Karabo somehow got a hand through there and got to get that ball away. Somehow JC getting a back shot away from that too, but rifling against the cage, not able to convert on that attack. The Gauteng Under-19 still with a 1-goal lead here. Ross Ravelli, one of the St. John's boys who competed in the final at the Cares tournament this year. They went down narrowly to Rondebosch. There are quite a few St. John's boys in this outfit. The other big names from that St. John's side, of course, Gregory Price. Ravelli here on 6. Karabo. Big arm coming from Tribblehorn, who presses out, slipping that ball into centre. Mark Smith, the big baby, has worked phenomenally well there against Byron Rees-Gibbs and gotten a shot off that just slips under the hands of Etienne Nortje into the cage and just crossing the line there. Mark Smith getting himself on the score sheet for this game, and the Gauteng Under-19s now leading by 2-0. Mark Smith, one of the St. Stithians boys in this side, along with the likes of Declan Wood and, forgive me, the last name is escaping me now. I don't even know if it's the last name. Oh, quick perimeter work there. Ronan Pairing first sub in for the Pretoria side, getting a shot off there against Ross Ravelli, but Judah Dos Santos able to get a hand to that. James Crick was the other name of that Saints boy I was looking for earlier. A beautiful long pass from Judah Dos Santos finds the hands of Nicholas Searle, another St. John's boy in at this side. Karabo Mamarechane, Mark Smith moving into open water here. Byron Rees-Gibbs on his back. Ordinary foul there, earned inside 6 meters. Slipping again, And Byron Rees-Gibbs doing too much there to impede Mark Smith, and Byron Rees-Gibbs get his first 22nd sin bin sentence in this game. Greg Price open here in the center, one big box, and he comes up nice and high, but Matthew Steele with very quick arms getting a hand to that elbow, and the ball comes out of the hand, and possession recovered by the Pretoria side. Up the left-hand side now, Ricardo Stichling. A big bit of splashy splash going in the center here. Ronan Perring recovering a ball with a two-man crash on him. Goes for a shot there inside 6, but he was unaware the foul was called. He's had that shot, thrown the ball away, so turnover in possession there. Unfortunate from Ronan Perring, had his head underwater when that call was made. Declan Wood up here on the left-hand side. There are extra man here, the Gauteng under-19s. Let's see if they can pull this Pretoria defense apart. Nicholas Searle now. Declan Wood slipping into the shooting lane on the left-hand side. Dion Skoorman covering with a block there. Mark Smith now feeding to Greg Price in the center. Oh my days, textbook finish into the top left-hand corner post and in. Beautiful shot, Greg Price, and the Gauteng under-19s tightening their hold on the lead in this game. 3-0 now up against this Pretoria outfit. We've got a couple cavalry changes in here for both sides. It looks like Dayton van der Wissel up in center. Another huge Pretoria man going there up against Declan Wood now. Also a centre forward change for the Gauteng under-19s. Mark Hudson, the St. David's boy, in the water now. Ronan Perring working very hard in the second centre here. And he's earned himself a shot there against another Saints boy, Travis Donnelly. Fired towards the near corner, but beautifully read by Etienne Norkia, getting two hands to that on the near side and controlling that ball. But another beautiful long pass coming from... I beg your pardon, that was Judah Dos Santos with that save. Beautiful long pass from Dos Santos onto the hand of Searle, who feeds cross onto the hand of Mark. Sorry, I've lost my tongue here for a second. Give me 2 seconds. Mark Hudson receives that on the hand and earns that penalty. I believe the perpetrator on that penalty there was William Fairhurst, doing what he had to do. Rather let your keeper to have a shot from 5 meters to try and save this instead of from 2 meters. Ross Ravelli here has put that under the arm of Etienne Norkia in the cage and extended the Gauteng under-19s lead to 4-0. Very strong start to this game from the Gauteng under-19s. Ross Ravelli there opening his account as he does almost every single game. Yes, that was William Fairhurst, the perpetrator on that penalty, playing control here on the right-hand side. Of course, having represented South Africa at the 2021 EU Nations Water Polo Tournament. Dion Skoorman feeding over to Matthew Wessels. Slipping quickly into Dayton van der Wissel. Quick crash coming from Zico Williams, but not fast enough to get that ball away. Dayton earning an ordinary foul there. Dion Skoorman can fire from long range. We saw a beautiful shot from him yesterday, but he's fed that beautifully into the center. And William Fairhurst showing why he was selected for the SA side those few years ago, and quickly grabbing that ball off the water and a back shot along the water into the bottom right-hand corner. And Pretoria now have themselves on the score sheet through William Fairhurst. Declan Wood getting us back underway here. Karabo Mamarechane on the right-hand side, pressurized by number 11, Sebastian Niza. Slipping into center here, great work, great crash coming in from this Pretoria side. Ordinary foul there from Mark Hudson up against the number 8, Dion Skoorman, playing centre back now. Zico Williams drawing an ordinary foul there against Julian Niza. Travis Donnelly lining one up on the perimeter here. Rather slipping into second centre with Nicholas Searle. Ronan Perring applying tons of pressure, and the Pretoria side able to smother the Gauteng under-19 attack this time. The Gauteng under-19s opting to dump the ball in the corner, making Etienne Norkia go and fetch that ball so they can cover back beautifully on defence. 1 minute left of this first chukka. The scoreline reading 4-1 in favour of the Gauteng under-19s. Great display from them so far. Dion Skoorman now fetching the ball back on halfway. It's given tons of space here by Mark Hudson. Dion Skoorman looking to draw an ordinary foul there. He's earned it. A hands up. He can let one go. And that's what he does, but he's bounced that in front of the goalkeeper, and Judah Dos Santos gets a hand to it. But fortunately, that ball bounces off his chest, lands in front of Matthew Wessels, and he makes no mistake and brings the Pretoria side back within 2 goals of the Gauteng under-19s. Beautiful finish Matthew Wessels. Strong response here from the Pretoria side. They're going to want to look to continue that if they want to get themselves back into this game. I believe if they go down in this fixture, they will resign themselves to 4th spot in their pool. Perimeter pressure coming from Niza, trying to slip that into the center was Zico Williams, but beautifully read from Sebastian Niza, stealing that ball away from opposite number 11, Mark Hudson in the center. Wessels, our recent goal scorer, controlling the ball on the right-hand side, looking up the pool for some options. We've got no blatant fetching options, but he spotted Niza on the left-hand side. That pass just far enough from Zico Williams to not get it, but a great crash coming from Nicholas Searle. Dates van der Wiesel somehow getting his hand on that and firing a back shot off that gets into the arms of Judah dos Santos. And just like that, we come to the end of the first chukka. The scoreline currently reading 4-2 in favor of the Gauteng under-19s, and we'll see you again in the second chukka. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second last day. I beg your pardon, the second last game of the second day here at the 3rd annual Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament hosted here at St. Davi'ds, Marist, Inanda. Of course, statistics, coverage and commentary brought to you by ItsHappening.Africa. This clash here, a Pool A clash between the Pretoria side and the Gauteng under-19s. The Gauteng under-19s currently with their noses out in front, 4-2. A strong start from them, but a very good ending to that first chukka by this Pretoria side, getting 2 goals from William Fairhurst and Matthew Wessels down there on the 2-meter. So they're going to want to continue that momentum, the Pretoria side, if they want to make this a bit more of a physical game. If they try and take these Gauteng under-19s on with fitness, they will come up a bit short. The Gauteng under-19s, obviously all schoolboys, and they obviously have massive gas tanks on them, having finished the KES tournament, their last tournament, I believe, of the season about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So they're still very fit, the Pretoria side, a men's side. So they're going to want to take them on physically and not let this game become a swimming gala. But so far, the Gauteng under-19s are leading this game. They have got a man up here due to a roach, and no mistake made from one of the Saints boys there. Travis Donnelly in the number 15 cap, receiving that ball on the hand and firing into the bottom near corner, getting himself on the score sheet. Joining the likes of Karabo Mamrechane, Gregory Price and Ross Ravelli. I believe the other goal was by Mark Smith. Jakub Arnos getting us back underway here. Jakub Arnost, of course, one of the polo big five in this country, with the likes of Nardis Barnost, Byron Rees-Gibbs, Devon Card, and Todd Howard, of which 4 are present at this tournament. No Cape sides coming to this tournament so far. JC Tribblehorn working beautifully on the left-hand side there up against Zico Williams. Not enough venom on his shot, but fortunately coming off the hands of Judah dos Santos and Jakes Barnos there, ready to clean up for his side and bringing them back within 2 goals of the Gauteng under-19s. Mark Smith, the big baby, getting us back underway here, feeding back to Greg Price. Nick Searle on the ball. Ross Ravelli looking to line one up, but they've got a big crash coming on. Lots of perimeter pressure from this Pretoria side, leaving Donnelly open on the bottom, and he is spotted by Ross Ravelli, and Donnelly makes no mistake and bounces that over the head of the goalkeeper, Etienne Nortje. A bit of a lapse in judgment there coming from the Pretoria defense, pressing out onto the top for some reason. Not too sure what the decision-making process was there. Perhaps hoping for a little steal on the perimeter and then a quick 2-on-1. But Ross Ravelli, with his head on a swivel, spots his open man on the left and feeds him, and he makes no mistake. Byron Rees-Gibbs gets us back underway here, pressurized in his own half by Mark Smith, the big baby. Adam Prinsloo working very hard on the perimeter. Ross Ravelli trying to get a steal off them there, but Conor Neri spotting an infringement of the rules. Looking to try and feed the hand there of Jakes Badenhorst. That pass coming in from Hanu Fulun, not able to connect the dots on the Pretoria side there, and that pass is a wayward one, and possession recovered by Judah dos Santos in the cage for the Gauteng under-19s. Donnelly, our brace scorer in this game, on the ball now. Slipping out to Zico Williams on the right-hand side, pressurized by Matthew Steele. Slipping into centre, Mark Smith working very hard here against Byron Rees-Gibbs. Byron able to earn only an ordinary foul there, slowing down Mark Smith inside the centre, feeding to Ross Ravelli on the left, who's got a quick back shot off there against Hanu Fulun, but not enough accuracy on that shot, firing straight into the mouth of Etienne Nortje. Straight up the other side, Matthew Steele, who's got his return to polo, looking for a little cheeky L1 circle, but the goalkeeper there, Judah dos Santos, gets that read perfectly. Adam Prinsloo recovers the ball here for the Pretoria side on the perimeter. Jakub Badenhorst working very hard, wearing Greg Price's backpack. He's trying to fire a back shot off there. Greg Price with a big smile on his face. Unbelievable strength coming from Jakub Badenhorst, but not able to put that on target is the big man. Straight up the other side with Nicholas Searle on the ball here for the Gauteng under-19s. The next wave coming through with Greg Price in the middle, taking the front water away from Prinsloo. He stopped on the perimeter. Ravelli sitting nicely. Nick Searle's gone for a lean finish and done beautifully well, and fired that into the close top corner with a beautiful lean over his side, kept his legs set perfectly and fired nicely into the top corner. Nothing Etienne Nortje can do that time, and the Gauteng under-19s extend their lead to 4 goals. The Pretoria side are going to want to look to be a bit more clinical on the chances they're getting. They are creating opportunities, but not able to punish on all of their attacks on the Pretoria side. The Gauteng under-19s looking a little bit more clinical going forward here against the Pretoria outfit. Byron Rees-Gibbs, Hanu Fulun. Ravelli pressing out now. Dion Skurman up against Zico Williams, looking for a high ball there. JC Tribalon, but too much on that pass there. JC unable to retrieve that down there on the 2 meter, but a rapid counter attack. Nicholas Searle has left him for dead. 3-on-3, and Searle is all the way up on the 6 meter with an extra man. We've got another wave coming through with Greg Price. They are doing beautifully well on their transitions here. Are the Gauteng under-19. Zico Williams storming down into 2 meters here, coming up nice and high, taking his time, but he's turned into traffic, trying to get a quick back shot off, but only has met the face of Etienne Nortje, who comes up huge with a save to keep his team within 4 of the Gauteng under-19s. Finding a fetch up the right-hand side, Ronan Perring, who's had a great tournament for Pretoria so far. Hanu Fulun. Dion Skurman calling for the ball out on the left, but Byron Rees-Gibbs now on the ball. Toying here with his food a little bit is Byron Rees-Gibbs. Hanu Fulun trying to feed a high ball into JC Tribalon, but Ross Ravelli sitting beautifully in the lane, able to receive that ball without much effort, and Mark, the big baby Smith, open, flying up on the right-hand side. An absolute speedy centre forward he is. He's storming down onto 2. He's going to come up nice and high and making no mistake. An absolute textbook finish from Mark Smith, firing into the bottom right-hand corner. The Gauteng under-19s increasing their lead here to 5 goals now. Beautiful display of one-on-one finishing from Mark, the big baby Smith. Dayton van der Wiesel up now in centre for the Pretoria outfit. Dion Skurman occupying centre back again. The refs now wanting the players to line back up on halfway to get started. The ref satisfied with the start on the third roll of the dice. William Fairhurst trying to show Ross Ravelli the aquatic centre, but Ross Ravelli staying beautifully on his legs. Slipping that in there to Ronan Perring, who's worked very well against Declan Wood here, but a great crash coming in from Ross Ravelli, stealing that possession away from Ronan Perring. Absolute white water on the Gauteng Under-19's counter-attack. They are storming their way up the pool. They have got 4 players up the pool with 25 seconds left on the clock. We are down to 18 now, but they are rapid, this Gauteng Under-19. Mark Hudson there in the centre, trying to get a quick Cobra release shot off there in the centre, but firing wide over the cage. He was up against his opposite number 11 there. I believe that is Sebastian Niza. He had a drop on him as well with Dion Skoorman, so he did phenomenally well to get that shot off. But the Under-19s now have another roll of the dice. Ravelli on the ball, pressurized by Van der Wiesel. It's gone for a no-looker there. Etienne Nortje up to the task this time and puts that out for a 2-meter. Nicola Searle going to get us back underway here on the right-hand side. Slipping that quickly into Mark Hudson, but a great read coming from Sebastian Niza, getting his hand in the way of that and able to direct that towards his goalkeeper, Karabo Mamrechane, pressurizing the keeper there, but that's left William Fairhurst to storm up the right-hand side of the pool here. Mark Hudson putting in a lot of effort to try and get the cross cover going. William Fairhurst, what's he going to do here? He's done beautifully well. I think he may take this on himself, but we've got another wave coming into centre. Mark Hudson's gotten the front water back. And William Fairhurst has tried to feed a high ball into the centre. Not enough height on that there, and beautifully read by the Cincinnati centre-back, Declan Wood. Judah Dos Santos calling for a fetch up the pool. He's found Mark Hudson on the left-hand side, who's seen Ross Ravelli open onto massive fitness display coming from this Gauteng Under-19s. And Ross Ravelli, calm as you like, picks that up and passes that over the head of Etienne Nortje in the Pretoria side. Pretoria cage, I beg your pardon. The scoreline now reading 9-3. A very strong second chucker coming in here for the Gauteng Under-19s. Jakes Badenhorst now back in the centre forward position. Greg Price calling for a tight press here. He's going to want to try and keep front water on Jakes Badenhorst. It's going to be a difficult task for him, but he is a very technically skilled centre-back. So Pretoria are going to have to want to work the ball around here. William Fairhurst working hard on the perimeter here to try and steal some front water. He's only ordinary foul inside 6. Ronan Perring trying to quickly slip into a shooting lane, but that ball too slow for him. Matthew Vessel's getting that ball on the perimeter, trying to lob Judah Dos Santos, but not enough precision on that, and caught safely by Judah Dos Santos. Nicola Searle fetching up the pool. Mark Hudson's got half a meter. No fetch on the perimeter for the Gauteng Under-19s. Declan Wood has got the ball here, open on 3 on the left, feeding Karabo Mamrechane in the second wave, and he receives crossbody, resets his legs, and rifles into the bottom right-hand corner, getting himself on the score sheet for the second time, I believe it is, in this clash, and the Gauteng Under-19s extending their lead to 7 goals now. Bar a miracle, the Pretoria side are going to have to come up with something unbelievable in the second half here to bring themselves back into this game. 20 seconds left on the shot clock, trying to feed a quick ball to Jaco Badenhorst, who's pulled off a beautiful attempt. Quick little bit of techers coming in from this Pretoria side. Jaco Badenhorst claiming that shot from 9 meters. A little rabbit ball there, skimming across the water, going post and in. A beautiful distance shooting from Pretoria, doing anything they can to claw a goal back here within the dying seconds of the first half. Nicola Searle on the ball here, pressurized by Prinsloo. I beg your pardon, that is Sticklin. But Greg Price has stolen front water away from Jaco, but a massive save coming from Etienne Nortje, keeping the Pretoria side within 6 goals of the Gauteng Under-19s, and that draws a close to this first half in this clash, and we'll see you again in the second. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half here of the second last game of the second day of the third annual Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament. This clash here between the Gauteng Under-19s and the Pretoria side. This is of course a Pool A clash. The Gauteng Under-19s are wanting to secure top spot here. They have got the likes of OJ Eagles in their pool. Those two teams still yet to meet in this tournament so far. Both teams they're undefeated in this pool. A quick start here trying to feed that in to Mark the Big Baby Smith, wearing Dion Skoorman as a backpack, but he somehow earned an ordinary foul here, slipping out to Karabo Mamrechane now. They're going to try and have another roll of the dice here with Mark Smith, who's got a half turn there. Ordinary foul again. Great work from Dion Skoorman. Slipping out to now Declan Wood on the perimeter, who's fired, and Ronan Perrin coming up huge for his side with a massive block to keep his team in this game. We are in the third chukka, the most important chukka of a polo game. If you ask any coach or any player, games are won and lost in this chukka. So if Pretoria wants any chance of getting themselves back in this game, this is when they want to do it. Knees are on the ball here. A foul there against Nicholas Searle. Niza with a ginger stroke down to the left-hand side, slipping that to Dion Skoorman. A bit of a loose pass from him, and Wessels cleans up. Skoorman now looking maybe to line one up here. Mark Smith has left him. Dion Skoorman has fired, and he's gotten that through. Not enough on that from Judo dos Santos. A blunder for him in the cage. He would want to keep that out, apologizing to his coach for that. He had two hands on it, but a bit too much venom from Dion Skoorman, and that forces its way over the line. The Pretoria side back within 5 goals. Byron Rees-Gibbs now an immediate substitution for our goal scorer. Byron Rees-Gibbs now in the centre here up against Mark the Big Baby Smith. Moving the ball on the perimeter for Nicholas Searle, who's balked and turned the neck of Julian Niza. Karabo Mamrechane, they're pressurised here by Jean-Claude Triboulet. Back out to Nicholas Searle against Niza. Foul inside 6. Byron Rees-Gibbs pushing Mark Smith quite far here. It looks like we have a double exclusion here. I'm not too sure what happened. There may have been a little transition splash of water or rough and tumble there. It looks like number 3, JC Triboulet, is going to be sent to the naughty corner with the likes of Karabo Mamrechane sent to his sin bin for 20 seconds. So we will be 5 on 5 in terms of outfield players here, bar the goalkeepers. Nicholas Searle fed the ball here, and Mark Smith going to reset on 5 meters and try to move quickly to get good water against Byron Rees-Gibbs. He's gone for a half turn. Byron Rees-Gibbs lucky to get only an ordinary foul. There's Zico Williams slipping into a shooting lane here. Wessels going over his back to win that, but not enough on it, says the referee. Play is continued, and the ball is with the Pretoria goalkeeper, Etienne Norkia. JC Triboulet and Karabo Mamrechane returning from their sin bin sentences. Byron Rees-Gibbs feeding that up to Wessels, who very gently passes that ball back to JC Triboulet. JC Triboulet slipping that into the centre there to try and find Niza, but a fantastic crash coming in from Karabo Mamrechane, reading that pass like a book and able to snatch that away from the set, and Niza in the centre forward position. Declan Wood feeding that ball up the left-hand side. Absolute electric pace coming from the Gauteng Under-19 side. Nicholas Searle on the ball here. Ronan Perrin going to apply some very gentle pressure. Oh, Nicholas Searle's gone for a lob, and an absolute perler of a lob coming from him. A big smile on his face, and rightly so. Beautifully executed lob going up into the top corner, going post, and in a beautiful finish there. Would be lovely for the personal highlight reel if he goes back and captures that. Hopefully he will do so and revisit that experience. Great finish from him. Byron Rees-Gibbs here on the ball. Matthew Steele drawing an ordinary foul here. Karabo Mamrechane pressurizing him. Trying to get a high ball off there to Jakes, but Greg Price in the lane comes up nice and high on his legs and steals that ball away. Nicholas Searle here on the ball. No ball undercalled by the referee there. Matthew Steele not too happy with the referee for that one. Slipping that there to Greg Price. Hanu Viljoen, too much pressure on it, so he's going to have a go here probably. Beautiful attempt from him, but that fires off the cage of the goal, off the frame of the goal, I beg your pardon. A soft pass for Matthew Steele coming back to fetch that, but a 2-on-1 situation here. Matthew Steele, oh my word, holding in the L2 trigger and releasing that ball with a push shot as he comes over his legs very quickly over the head of Judo dos Santos. A little bit of wisdom coming in from Matthew Steele there, being aware that the goalkeeper is going to be ready for a big balk, and he says, no sir, as I turn around, this is going over your head, and picking it out the cage before he's even realized the shot has come is Judo dos Santos. Great finish, Matthew Steele. Still wearing a little smirk on his face. That is something I think he runs back to back on his one-on-ones, and it seems to work for him. So good finishing, Matthew Steele. The Pretoria side down by 5 goals here against the Gauteng U19s. They're going to want to draw this back. They have got a few minutes left in the shaka to do so. Ross Ravelli lining one up here on the 6. Adam Prinsloo doing beautifully to show hands, but that shot from Ross Ravelli not able to beat the frame of the goal, coming off the inside there into the safe hands of Etienne Nortje. Hanu Fulyon fetching, giving that to Byron Rees-Gibbs. Mark Hudson pressurizing in his own half here. Feeding over here to Matthew Steele. Slipping into second centre. JC Tribalon doing beautifully to try and get some front water there. Ordinary foul by Karabo Mamarikhane there. Doing great to not concede a major. JC Tribalon feeding to the right-hand side. We've had a drive down with Hanu Fulyon. Prinsloo earning a foul, slipping into Hanu Fulyon, but that is the end of the 30 seconds. No shot coming in the allotted time for Pretoria, and they give away their possession. Donnelly on the ball, feeding a long pass up to Mark Hudson, and we're immediately 3-on-2 here. Ross Ravelli open in the middle. Byron Rees-Gibbs and Matthew Steele trying to keep themselves in the middle, but composure and ice in the veins of Mark Hudson. 2 big balks and bounces cross cage into the top right-hand corner. Fantastic finish from the St. Davids boy. Big smile on his face. I believe he came from a rugby training just before this. So massive energy coming in from these schoolboys. What I would do to be a youth again. Byron Rees-Gibbs getting us back underway here. Feeding out to William Fairhurst on the left-hand side now, trying to get a turn-off against Declan Wood, who opts to disengage and not get spun there. Beautiful work from Wood. Fairhurst still on the ball here. No pressure coming to the passing arm there from Wood, but the pass coming now nonetheless to Byron Rees-Gibbs on the right-hand side. He's trying to free himself up here. He may have a go, you know. He's had a go from downtown. A beautiful shot from Byron Rees-Gibbs, and that's from Judo dos Santos. Gets a hand there, but just enough to put that out for a 2-meter. Great perimeter shooting from Byron Rees-Gibbs. Prinsloo getting us back underway here on the left-hand side, slipping out to Sebastian Iza. Mark Smith pressurizing on the perimeter, slipping that back here in to William Fairhurst, who's taken half water here from Declan Wood. He may have a perimeter go here. A beautiful shot coming from Fairhurst, but a big block. I believe that was coming in either from Mark Hudson or Greg Price. I'm not too sure, but that ball deflected out of the frame of the cage before it got to Judo dos Santos. Mark Smith, the big baby, fetching the ball on the right-hand side here, looking to connect with fellow Saints boy Donnelly on the post, but nothing coming of that. Great pressure or crash coming in from the Pretoria side. Quick ball movement from them. What a steal there coming in from William Fairhurst up against Declan Wood. A quick slip pass coming from Mark Hudson, but William Fairhurst hiding his fingers underwater and able to tiki-taka that from left to right hand and back into the hands of his goalkeeper. Some physical conversations going on here between Declan Wood and William Fairhurst. Jaco Badenhorst completes his hat-trick with a beautiful, fresh, steaming donut over the head of Judo dos Santos in the cage. The Gauteng U19s caught napping there on their own 2-meter, and Jakes Badenhorst with a quick release on that ball, firing over the head of dos Santos in the cage. Mark Hudson gets us back underway, playing this over here to Greg Price. Slipping out here to the right-hand side with Declan Wood. Ravelli now on the ball. He's trying to get a turn-off. He showed William Fairhurst the Davi'ds Aquatic Centre. He's shown hands, and Ravelli's played himself, and he's coming into 2 here. But Hanu Fulyon covering. Foul inside 6. He can't have a go here. Regenerating that ball. Mark Hudson feeding into the big baby Mark Smith, who's got Ronan Perring as a backpack. Ross Ravelli slipping into 2. Mark has seen him, fed him on the hand, and Ravelli absolutely blunders that and tries to lob that over the goalkeeper, but he's lobbed it over the goal as well. Not able to complete his hat-trick is Ross Ravelli. We have only got one hat-trick hero in this game, and that is Jakes Badenhorst, who completed in some style in the previous attack for Pretoria. William Fairhurst telling the Pretoria side to slow down. 45 seconds left on the clock here. Slipping into Davi'ds van der Wiesel, who has put a back shot wide of the cage there. Time and space on him. Greg Price not too happy about something that happened there. Perhaps a little physical exchange. Pretoria, of course, always a physical side to go up against. Mark Hudson feeding quickly into Ross Ravelli. Hands shown from Hanu Viljoen. Puts his hands back in the water and continues to impede Ross Ravelli, and he earns the exclusion. Mark, the big baby Smith, slipping into a shooting lane, parting over to fellow Mark with Hudson, and who's fired that towards the right-hand side. But Etienne Nortje coming up huge with a massive hand on that, keeping Pretoria within 5 with 17 seconds left on the clock here. Ronan Perring on the ball now. 3 seconds left on the clock. He's gone for one from downtown, but that's right down the throat of Judo dos Santos, who gets 2 hands comfortably to that and draws an end to the close of the draws to close to this chukker. The scoreline reading 12 goals to 7 in favor of the Gauteng under-19s. We will see you again in the 4th chukker. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the concluding chukker here in this clash between the Gauteng under-19s and the Pretoria side. The Gauteng under-19s with 1 foot through the door here, with leading 12 goals to 7. The Pretoria side going to need a very strong 4th chukker if they want to get themselves back into the contention to win this game. Declan Wood at centre back now going up against Davi'ds van der Wiesel. Karabo Mamarechane going up against William Fairhurst on the perimeter. Trying to open quickly are the Gauteng under-19s with a beautiful weighted pass into Mark the Big Baby Smith, who takes his time, gets a half turn off, picks the ball up and fires over the head of Etienne Nortje there. Dion Skurman going to want to do a bit more to impede Mark Smith to get a free shot off like that. He is a prolific finisher in the inside of the goal there on 2 or 3 meters. Davi'ds van der Wiesel getting us back underway here, feeding back to Dion Skurman. JC Tribblehorn, pressurized by Ravelli. Slipping out to the left-hand side here, William Fairhurst almost robbed by Karabo Mamarechane, but doing well to keep that ball. And this time he is robbed blind. Karabo Mamarechane getting a hand under the water there, showing William Fairhurst, or giving William Fairhurst rather, a taste of his own medicine for that little underwater steal that William got off in the last chukker. Karabo returning the favor. Ross Ravelli up on the left-hand side here. We've got a man-on-man situation for the under-19s. Declan Wood driving down to 2. The ball out to Nicholas Searle on the right. Declan Wood coming back out. They're going to want to free up some more space for Mark Smith here, who's doing phenomenally well here. And Dion Skurman getting his marching orders. Mark Smith working beautifully well in the centre. Obviously spotted by fellow Saints compatriot there. Declan Wood fed him a beautiful ball, and Mark getting the exclusion. Ross Ravelli capitalising on that attempt. It looks like the foul there was not played legally, says the referee, so that's not going to count. The refs wanted to see the ball be played visibly out of their hands before the shot was taken. JC Tribblehorn fetching here. Niza on his bike up the left-hand side and has been beautifully covered by Karabo Mamarechane. Great cover defense from him. 2 steals and as many attacks for Karabo now. Ross Ravelli back up the left-hand side of the pool. The Gauteng under-19 starting to show a little bit of human fitness here. taking their time up the pool. Of course, they are comfortably in the lead. Mark Smith working on the perimeter here against Dayton van der Wiesel. Wood slipping into a shooting lane here. Ronan Perrin coming across to cover. Two big balks and a beautiful cross-goal finish coming from Declan Wood, who opens his account in this game in some style, putting that into the bottom left-hand corner. Fantastic shooting from the St. Stithian centre-back. The Gauteng under-19s tightening their grip on this lead. The scoreline reading 14-7. A strong display of water polo from them so far. Byron Rees-Gibbs receiving the ball from Jaco Badenhorst. That ball fed out now to William Fairhurst, who's trying to get a half turn there off Karabo. Ordinary foul though, only on the perimeter. That ball fed onto the left-hand side here with Niza. A front mark coming from Declan Wood here against Jaco Badenhorst. No easy task. William Fairhurst going to want to try free up a passing lane here, but he's gone over his defender there in Karabo Mamrechane. William Fairhurst not happy about that, sharing some words with the referee, and I believe he has been rolled there. Not happy are the referees with the amounts of words being shared with them. Mark Smith all the way up on to the other side of the pool, continuing beautifully with Byron Rees-Gibbs, the heaviest backpack in the country, and fires into the left-hand side. I believe Mark Smith completes his hat-trick there. I think Byron Rees-Gibbs perhaps should have taken a major there. He's only got one to his name, two more to go for the rest of this game. Perhaps impeding Mark Smith there on 2 meters was a better call. Let his keeper have a shot at saving a penalty from 5 meters on a timed release, as opposed to Mark Smith having choice of finish there on 2 meters. It looks like William Fairhurst has to leave the pool area here. I think he got a red card. I didn't see the ref show a red card, but I do speak under correction here. So he has been sent out of bounds here. Massive loss for this Pretoria side. William Fairhurst going to want to control his mouth going forward for some of these games. JC Tribalon trying to get a turn off there against Zico Williams, looking for a high ball, trying to connect the dots there with Ronan Perrin, but that pass very loose from JC. Ronan Perrin needing 6 meter long arms, I think, to retrieve that ball. Perrin trying to get something off there against Judah Dos Santos, but Dos Santos saw him coming, fed up to Ravelli, and we have got an extra man up the other side of the pool for the Gauteng under-19s. Searle feeding that over to Williams. Back to Wood. Searle again. Karabo on the right-hand side here has absolutely made a hash of that attempt there, trying to get something off quickly, but his legs weren't set, perhaps hoping for a release of the wrist finish there, but that ball flying well and truly out of bounds. That ball is on the side of the pool, being fetched by one of the Pretoria players. Byron Rees-Gibbs feeding over to JC Tribalon. Prinsloo. Back to Tribalon, who's let one go towards that top corner, but Judah Dos Santos has met him halfway and got a big arm to that save. Fantastic goalkeeping from the Gauteng under-19 keeper. Jaco Badenhorst implementing the cockroach technique here. Declan Wood going to come back and cover, let them play a 5-on-5 up the other side of the pool. Ross Ravelli given too much time and space here. He can punish you, The ball over to Searle. Byron Rees-Gibbs pressurizing onto Ross Ravelli, almost able to get another underwater steal here. Fortunate to have flicked that ball away is Byron Rees-Gibbs and not being penalized. Back to Searle. Slipping into Mark Hudson. Ordinary foul there. Mark Hudson earning that against JC Tribalon. Mark Hudson wisely deciding to dump that ball in the corner, let the Gauteng under-19s come back together and defend a full man-on-man instead of exposing themselves to a counter-attack. JC Tribalon fetching up on the left-hand side in the center of the pool. And we have a contra foul there against Adam Prinsloo, going over his defender in Karabo Mamrechane. A fantastic defensive display coming from the number 12 cap there, Karabo, the Kez boy. Zico Williams coming up the middle of the pool here. They are extra man here, the Gauteng under-19s. They're going to want to try and pull this defense apart. Ravelli on the ball now, drawing two defenders in, slipping over to Williams with a first-time catch and release. That ball fortunately coming off the post, back into the hands of Nicholas Searle. Ravelli in the shooting lane here has been spotted by Searle. Williams coming back now to cover. 15 seconds left on the clock. Ravelli so calm, so composed and so collected, gives a big lean over to the left-hand side and completes his hat-trick with a cross goal bottom corner finish. Beautiful shooting from him as we've seen the whole tournament. Jakub Arnos getting us back underway using his foot this time. Wessels pressurized by Ravelli. Skuurman on the ball, pressurized by Smith. Too much pressure from him, so foul called. Slipping into Ronan Perring here, trying to pull second with Zico Williams. Zico Williams has slowed the ball down enough to allow Ross Ravelli time to crash down and steal that ball. Great work, Zico Williams, to slow down Perring. Great teamwork, of course, coming from Ravelli to help out his compatriot there on the center. Trying to get a half turn off there. Almost another underwater steal coming from Perring, but too much done by the ref, says the referee. Zico Williams fetching up on the left-hand side. Greg Price slipping into a shooting lane here on the right. And we've got a contra foul here against Mark Smith for ducking under. He's got a little smirk on his face. I'm not too sure he is agreeing with the referee here. Two up here are the Pretoria side, double man up. Perhaps send one player back here to cover, play a 5-on-4, but less pressure on the team when you play it with one man up as opposed to two. Deon Skuurman feeding over to Niza on the left. Pretoria going to want to slow this down, opting for a rush shot there, and Judo dos Santos able to put that out of bounds. 2 meter here for the Pretoria side. Perring getting us back underway. Niza again in a shooting lane. Williams jumping across here to cover him. Almost a catch and release, feeding back to Deon Skuurman, who's got time and space with three big blockers, but his shot beats the blockers but doesn't beat Judo dos Santos in the cage, and he puts that out for yet another 2 meter. That is the sign for Greg Price and Mark Smith to come back and cover and create a man-on-man situation. Deon Skuurman here slipping into the shooting lane. Back out to Perring. Trying to slip into Jakub Arnos to secure that ball, but Zico Williams very aware of where he needs to be and stealing that ball away from the danger man Jakub Arnos on the 2 meter. Mark, the big baby Smith, slowing that ball down, waiting for some reinforcements from his under-19 side. They're going to be extra man here. Deon Skuurman and Jakub Arnos implementing the roach technique. Greg Price here taking his water, feeding Zico Williams open on 2. You can't leave a man open there, and Zico Williams punishing, the Pretoria outfit. Big lean over to the left-hand side and finishes around Etienne Nortje. The scoreline now reading 6-7 in favor of the Gauteng under-19s. Jakub Arnos getting us back underway, feeding Perring at centre-back now. Karabo almost able to pull off another beautiful steal. Deon Skuurman recovers that ball and a contra foul there. I believe that push-off was against Jakub Arnos there for pushing off his defender to try and get some free space. Too much done by him to win that water. Greg Price attacking the open water here on the right-hand side. Ravelli carrying the ball up the centre. Another man-up situation here for the Gauteng under-19s. Deon Skuurman coming up to close the center, but leaves danger man open on the left-hand side. You do not want to leave a right-hander open on 2 meters on the right, and Ravelli happy to draw the defender all the way in and feed Karabo on the hand. And Karabo Mamarikhane joins the Hat-Trick Heroes Club along with the likes of Mark Smith, Ross Ravelli, and Jakub Arnos. A really strong close to this game from the Gauteng under-19s. Perhaps the gas tanks on the Pretoria side not up to the level required to compete with this Gauteng under-19 side. Niza trying to get a half turn off here, but effective crashing coming again from the Gauteng under-19s. Niza doing phenomenally well to recover that ball. Feeding over now to Deon Skuurman, who can shoot. He's got a big book on him, and he's fired that to the left-hand side of the cage. Judo dos Santos, I believe, getting fingertips to that, putting that onto the frame of the goal. And Gregory Price recovering possession for his side. A long pass up the center of the pool, skimming away from his man, Ronan Perring, relying on the response of Etienne Nortje to win that ball back. And that draws a close to this fixture. The Gauteng Under-19s emerging victorious, 18 goals to 7 here against the Pretoria side. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Blaine Spitzold. Of course, statistics, commentary and coverage brought to you by It's Happening Africa, and we'll see you again in the next game.